It is Friday. We are 2 days away from Washington's Week 4 matchup with the Atlanta Falcons. And we got some bad news today, but the show must go on. No JD5 for the second week in a row. No Terry McLaurin for the first time in 77 games. No Noah Brown. No John Bates. But F it, we ball. It's game preview time. What it do and what's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about our Washington Commanders. Another matchup with the Atlanta Falcons. It feels like we play this team every season, and we've won the last 4 matches, and we've won, I believe, 5 of the last 6 games against this team. It's been a while. We're getting back-to-back Marcus Mariota revenge games. We got the first one last week when Marcus took on his former team, the Las Vegas Raiders, but the team that had a spicy ending to the Marcus Mariota saga, the Atlanta Falcons, are next up on the schedule. So, like y'all are saying in the chat, it is the Marcus Mariota revenge tour. And we're getting an encore, so I need 8 to turn up again. How are y'all doing right now? How are y'all doing in the chat? We got over 150 in the building right now. Make sure y'all smash that like button for your boy. My confidence level is still pretty high. I hate to not see Jaden another week. I hate even more that Terry McLaurin is not playing, but better this week than next week. And hopefully we get some better news going into the Chargers game, but we cannot overlook any opponents. We cannot lose to this Atlanta Falcons team. And I respect the opponent, especially in conference. We've already have a loss to the Green Bay Packers. Conference losses mean a lot when it comes to playoff implications and seeding and all of that shit. We can't lose to this Atlanta Falcons team, whether it's Mariota at quarterback, whether it's Rio Robinson at quarterback. We got to find a way to get it done versus this Atlanta Falcons team. But I'm about to bring on one of my boys I grew up with, one of my childhood friends, and one of the hardest Atlanta Falcons fans that I know. My boy from Cali, but he repped the Atlanta Falcons strong. What up, my dog?
What's up, Rio? How you living, man?
I'm good out there, man. So my boy Reem is a Atlanta Falcons fan from California that grew up in the DMV. How the hell did that journey start?
Michael Vick. It's like I tell everybody, man. Every time someone asks me how I became a Falcons fan, I mean, I'm pretty sure you remember back in Katie's house playing Madden,
Yep.
Michael Vick running 50, 60 yards of play. People were like,
Cheating.
yo, Reem, play the game right. You know what I mean? You're cheating. You're running. All you do is run with the quarterback. But that's all I knew in football. When I grew up and I first started watching football, I saw Kurt Warner and I saw Michael Vick. I was really, really about to go to the Kurt Warner side. They had a really good squad. They had Torrey Holt, they had Marshall Faulk. They had a good squad. But
Greatest show on turf.
Michael Vick had that swag. You seen him running with the one hand, dodging people. It was almost like an addiction immediately.
Yeah,
PE
like a.
came. I'm trying to be Michael Vick. I'm quarterback. Let me play quarterback. I want to throw the ball. I want to run the
Go.
ball. And it just followed me. When he got caught up with the dog fight and stuff, I was too into the Falcons as a franchise to be like, you know what? I'm not a fan no more. I followed the Falcons from Vic to Ryan. I followed Vic to the Eagles. I followed Vic to the Steelers. Shout out to those 2 franchises for giving him a chance to come back and play. But other than that, it's been Michael Vick. And if you go to Atlanta games from our like time period, our age bracket, so many people say the same thing. Why are
Yep.
you a Falcons fan? Michael Vick. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it's
Truly.
definitely a tough team to like. I'm sure you know a lot about liking a tough team, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna switch up on the Falcons. That's my team. I feel like we got a good fan base, but we don't have a good coaching culture, and that'll do it to you every time.
Yeah, ownership and coaching staff and creating the proper ecosystem for players to thrive is very important. See, I didn't even have any ground to stand on to recruit you to be a Redskin fan back in the day because we was ass our whole childhood, bro. I was fighting a
No,
good
for
fight
sure.
defending Jason Campbell and shit back in the day.
But the thing I will give Commanders fans is even through those years, you guys never let the pride go. The
Mm-hmm.
pride was there. Whether you guys got one player and you like, oh, it's gonna be better or whatever. Commanders never really said F this team. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
was hard to be a fan, but you guys still talked your noise. You could come to Atlanta, and I don't know if it was the Super Bowl. I don't know if it was just the fact of being let down year after year after year after year. They don't care in Atlanta. It's like the hell with it. Oh, we play today? Yeah.
Atlanta just a
That's
vibe.
it's just a vibe. I really feel like people come to the games in Atlanta because you gonna hear swag surfing and you gonna see Quavo and you'll see Gucci Man and Keisha up in the thing. But really past that, you start looking around on third and four. If we're down 14, there's no noise in that stadium. Been to other stadiums where it doesn't matter if we're down 14 or 16. We're making noise on third down regardless. This is our house. You know what I mean? The Falcons, like I told you, you're gonna come to Atlanta this weekend, and it might good and well be a DMV takeover in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And that's a problem for me. It's like, and I understand not being a local, I kind of look at it different because I get to leave Atlanta. I don't have to wear this Falcons uniform in the city. I don't have to be hearing the chirping because they got the Bulldogs. They got
Mm-hmm.
they got the Braves. The Braves have won. The
Nice.
only team that's really not doing anything is the Falcons. They're not doing anything. So to be born and raised in Atlanta and that's what you've been used to your whole life, I can kind of see why it's like whatever. I mean, yeah, we play this weekend, but show me something. You know what I mean? If you're not gonna perform, w- it's the same shit. Next year will be 10 years of not making the playoffs post Julio, Matt Ryan era. That fast. That's insane to me. That's
That's
so
crazy.
insane.
And that's crazy. And y'all definitely should have had one of these on y'all finger during that time. So I got to bring it up because I can't talk to any Atlanta Falcons fans without bringing it up, bro. Walk me through what that 28-3 Super Bowl shit was like before we get to this current shit.
Man, the 28-3 for me, ah, not to even make it personal, I lost my mom that year. That was the year I lost my mother.
I know
So
how that go, man.
I'm like, man, it is what it is. Life happens to everybody. But I wasn't really, you have the cloud over your head. You're like, whatever, shit sucks. I'm trying to bounce
100%.
back, whatever. We made the playoffs. Matt Ryan was looking really good that year. Shout out to Shanahan. It was his second year as our offensive coordinator. First year, okay, we trying to figure it out. Second year, Matt Ryan was balling. Got the MVP. Release time on his passes was like money. Every time Matt
Mm-hmm.
Ryan let the ball go, they didn't even have to zoom the camera out. I knew it was a completion. When I saw him pass that year, money. I was like, okay, this we might okay. We, we look, NFC, okay, Super Bowl in Houston. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. You know what I mean? That's another culture city, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So you got. I know so many people who went to that game. But back on topic, I'm like, okay, we might do this. This might be for real. Come out, Devontae Freeman ran that touchdown. Money. I'm like, okay, we might beat them. Scored again. Now I'm sweating. This is unreal. This is Tom Brady we're talking about. You know what I mean? Everything was going good in my opinion until Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman missed the block for
Yep.
Matt Ryan to make him fumble the
Turnover.
game turnover.
High
In my
tower.
opinion,
Yep.
Matt Ryan played a perfect game. In my opinion, he was like 21 for 27 or something like that completions. He missed 6 passes. You mean to tell me you put your quarterback out there have him throw 30 passes, he's gonna make 24 of those. I don't care what the quarterback is. That's a decent quarterback. You
Mm-hmm.
completed majority of your passes. He didn't
MVP.
he didn't throw an interception. You know what I mean? There was no turnover that he gave them on his like just from his hand to them. He didn't turn the ball over. But when you come out and you flounder and you run the ball, it's kind of like Falcons now. You know when we're gonna run the ball. We ran the ball.
Oh,
We
y'all
we threw the
offense
ball. We threw the
predictable as a
ball.
bitch.
I'm sorry, we threw the ball. We know we're gonna throw the ball. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
second down, why are you throwing the ball again? Shanahan. Okay, cool. Third down, you're gonna throw the ball again? We're up 25 points.
That's Kyle. That's Kyle.
Run it. Run the ball. Just run it. Anyone. If you really break down the math on the time on that game, if we would have just ran the ball every time, we would have won that game by maybe 7 or 10 points. But the fact that we were coming out sometimes and throwing passes, and then you look at the clock, 40 seconds came off. It was over. So to be honest with you, when we started floundering and doing 3-and-out, I knew we were going to lose that game. And then when it went to overtime and Tom Brady won the coin toss, lights out. You're not gonna get a
All she wrote.
chance. That's all she wrote. You're not gonna get a chance. Super Bowl, bread on the table, money on the line. Tom Brady with the ball, lights out. And what's his name? Vic Beasley could have intercepted that pass, but
Sure
we all
could.
know the story of Vic Beasley. He's a bum.
He's
We haven't.
trash.
He's a trash. But this is our first year getting a reliable edge rusher since then.
Got two of them,
Two
You
of
got
them.
in the draft back to back. And y'all go from Matt Ryan and Julio. Julio may be the freakiest receiver I've ever seen in NFL history. To since then, y'all ain't been back to the playoffs. Y'all been trying to figure out the quarterback answer. You go from a Hall of Famer to question marks and uncertainty. And we've played y'all 4 times over the last 5 years. And we won all 4 of those games. And you be traveling to some of these joints.
Yep, I've seen out of the last 4, only one I missed was last year in the DMV. I
Oh,
missed
that
that
was
one,
crazy.
and that was
Oh,
probably the best one. That
it
was the best
was,
one.
man.
I seen Sam Howell drop us off, and to be honest with you, they're not games that are like y'all are beating our ass, we're beating your
Yeah.
ass. These are games that are down to the wire. Like these
Nail
are really
biters.
good games. Yeah, nail
Right.
biting games. But one thing about like the last game I watched, which was not this last year, the year before, which I think was it might have been Tyler Heineke might have been our quarterback or Ritter the last time I was like seen us play.
Nasty.
It's close. We end up stopping you guys like in other places, but then a play will come, punt return. What the fuck is that? We had y'all stop and then the 70 kick yard return, and now you guys are set up shop at the 30. We stopped the run the whole game, but then you get a 10, 20-yard run, and now you're in scoring position. And that was with Heineke. I haven't seen Jaden Daniels in person. We love to let a quarterback escape the pocket and run
Mhm.
around. You know what I mean? Even with our edge rushers, if you saw with McCarthy, he was able to really get out when he could, but when the
Yep.
pocket collapsed on him, he doesn't
He
have
was
the
stuck.
wheels to move. He was
He was
stuck.
stuck.
But
Yep.
someone like Jaden Daniels, when it collapses inside on him, he's going down the middle.
Yep.
Caden Ellis is not someone that I would put money on any day, or Troy Anderson to go one on one with Jaden Daniels in the middle. He's
Well,
gonna put his
good.
foot in the ground and
Yep.
leave him.
Well, good news for you. Marcus Mariota is officially starting on Sunday. Officially, as of
And that
about 15
and
minutes ago.
and that's good news for me and bad news at the same time, because we let him go the way we did. And if you remember when he
Mhm.
backed out as soon as we said, "Hey, you're not starting," he stepped away from the squad.
Yeah.
And in
Well,
the
AWOL.
backdrop of that, he was doing the Netflix show
Yep.
the whole time. It's like, my guy, you're not even focused on mainly football. You can't throw the ball to save your life. I'm sure you know that about Mariota. But then you want to get pissy when we bench you. You should have stayed and helped Ritter, like, you know what I mean, mentor the young guy. He said, "Oh, you don't want to play me? Fuck y'all." That's weird. So I know Mariota would love to come back to Atlanta and put on a show and
Mhm.
dog us. Same way y'all just put on a show and beat the Raiders. He liked that. Y'all did me
Mhm.
dirty too. Out here in Vegas, they could have kept him. And they say, "You know what? Get out of here." And I know
Mhm.
a lot of Las Vegas locals that were like, "I would have rather kept Mariota that year." For sure. So it's same dual threat, same foot
Yep.
threat, no arm, he can't really pass. But as far as escaping the pocket, Mariota's got that all day. He's gonna be able to run if it's there, which it should be, because we don't have anybody to really stop the middle of the field. Our edge rushers, we got Jalen, he's got 1 sack already, 1.5 or something like that. I don't think
Mhm.
Pierce has got one yet,
And how's
but
Crash Out Pierce looking, man? Because that boy was riddled with like every character concern red flag in the book. And as 2 guys that we've probably had character concerns in our personal lives, like we can relate to that type of shit.
yeah, I mean he's looking okay. I just think it goes back to the coach development. I do like Jeff Ulbrich. I'm not mad at him being our coordinator, but I don't think he's the guy long term either. You know what I mean? It's like Zach Robinson. He's not. We get these trial and error. rent a center, coordinators, and like the guy we just fired, Ike Hilliard, who used to work for you guys.
Shout out Ike,
I
man.
don't even know why we would fire him if you're not going to fire Zach Robinson.
Streets needed a body. Streets needed a body, and the ownership probably said we need a head on the spike, and we can't fire Raheem just yet. So we had to send some. Like, why the wide receiver coach after that performance last week?
No, that's what I'm saying. That makes no sense to me, and it goes back to ownership just doing whatever. We got to fire somebody, like you said, make someone accountable. The wide receiver coach. What? What about Zach Robinson, the guy who's scheming these elementary ass plays?
Yep. All out the pistol. Every fucking
All out
play
the
out
pit,
of the pistol.
everything. In my opinion, if you got two running backs like Bijan and Algier, which are both two, Algier, in my opinion, depending what team could go and start somewhere else. You know what I mean? In my opinion, it's arguable, it's whatever, but Algier is a good back. You could put him in the backfield. Bijan, he's already been put in the slot. Why is there not times where we have both of them on the field at the time to put like disguise, you know what I mean? Or both of them on either side of Penix, and
Right.
now you got to guess which way we're gonna run the ball. We don't do any scheme. We don't have anything that's like trying to trick people. We just come out here. Bijan's right here, two tight ends on either side. You know we're trying to run the ball down your mouth. And as a coordinator, if you can stop that, now we're one dimensional. What
Easy.
are you gonna do? Penix is
Easy.
because he's a rookie still.
Yep.
Give him a couple games and he'll stop pumping passes that are open, but he's got to get that out of system. This rookie, whatever you want to call it, is a real thing. Give them those games, let them get the errors out of their pocket, and then they'll be okay. But if you don't let them get those errors out of their pocket, it's gonna be Desmond Ritter 2.0. He's gonna
Yep.
make mistakes. He's gonna make stupid ass errors, and you're gonna wonder why he's doing this. But instead of letting Kirk Cousins take over the helm, and we knew he was hurt week 10. Supposedly, when we fell apart last year, Kirk Cousins hurt his little shoulder, and
Yep.
we knew about it. That's when we should have pulled the plug on Cousins and said, "Look, go nurse yourself. Let us know when you're good." It's the Penix show. Because instead of having three little baby games, which were good games, the Commanders game last year was a great game to watch.
Oh yeah, we got him
He
right.
would have he would have had about 8 or 9 games. That way, at this point, where it's what week 4 we're going into, this is Penix's only 7th start. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So it's like he doesn't even have a full season of gameplay under his belt. So I expect him to throw picks. I expect him to think the receiver was going to cut inside and he cut outside. All that's going to happen, and it's something that we're going to have to deal with for another season or so. And if we don't get a better coordinator, it may just be a waste of talent. Like what's looking for everyone right now. We got Pitts, Bijan, Drake. We got so much talent, like
Mooney,
talent.
McLeod,
Mooney.
everybody.
If any of these players put Mooney on another team, right? Any team that's got a
I'll
decent
take him.
like
I'll take
scheme.
him right now.
Right now, you know what I mean? Drake London. I always think, what if Drake London was on like a team with a passing quarterback, like a real passing, like that's got a running, like got some scheme to where you're not all eyes on Drake London. Drake London's not a threat past like 5 yards. All he's gonna do is try to get you on a quick slant or maybe go in a quick out route. He's not a threat over the top. You don't have to worry about Drake London beating you past 10
Vertically.
yards. You know what I mean? That's our problem. Kyle Pitts too. Yeah, he'll might push someone off, but in my opinion, where's this speed that he did at the combine? Because I'm not seeing it. It looks like Kyle Pitts has bricks on his cleats every time he gets the ball. He's
Oh
not.
man.
He's not going. Like even Drake London, he catches it, and I'm like, okay, he's kind of gone. Kyle Pitts is looking to stiff arm a nigga first. It's like, bro, you ran a four something. Why don't you just run? It's weird. This generation of Jesse Bates again. Shout out to him because that's a real dude.
He's a
You
dog.
don't have nothing for me, but AJ Terrell. Now we got a little bit for him, and he's putting himself in this role where I'm gonna be the coach. I'm gonna be the mentor. I'm gonna be the guy that lets people know what we're supposed
Dog.
to be in.
Mhm.
Like I respect Jesse Bates for that, and he's riding it out. But then you think about it, all these players I'm naming, if you don't bring in the people to put them in the best position to be successful, we're wasting talent. We're wasting time. We might as well see what people want for Algier, see what people want for Kyle Pitts, because we're not doing nothing with them anyways. We're not putting them in the best position to succeed. All we're doing
Kyle
is force
Kyle
force feeding
Pitts.
Bijan.
Kyle Pitts, like we all knew how different he was coming out of Florida, but taking a tight end that high in the draft, that always felt like this could be disastrous if he doesn't live up to these ridiculous expectations, bro. Like, has it been ecosystem and system, or has he played a good part into why he never popped like we thought he would in this league?
So one thing about Kyle Pitts, when the Pro Bowl came to Vegas his rookie year, I had a chance. I went and I had a chance to almost meet him. And I remember I saw our mascot Freddie was at the game, and I'm like, "Yo, Freddie, like I'm the only Falcons fan there. Falcon down, everything Falcon, big, huge Falcons flag in my hand.
Mhm.
Get Kyle Pitts for me. Like I'm literally the only Falcons fan here. I want to meet him, get his autograph. Usually you can't even talk to the mascot. He's like, I got you. 1 second. Watch him run all the way across the football field. Goes to Kyle Pitts, points at me. See that guy? I'm holding the same flag you see behind me. I'm holding it
Mhm.
up. You can't miss me. Kyle Pitts looks at me, looks at Freddie, and says, "Nah." From that time forward, I was like, "This
Oh
nigga's
shit.
different."
Oh
About
man.
him is different because you're on the other side of the field. No one's talking to you. You're not interacting with nobody.
He
He
said, I'm
asked you to
cool.
come. Yeah, he's like, I'm good. I'm
That's
like, I'm
crazy.
not. And I was like, that's okay. That was my first thing on Kyle Pitts where I was like, oh, whatever. I'm not like, maybe he's busy, he's tired, or whatever.
Mhm.
Cool. That was his first strike for him. Second strike for Kyle Pitts for me is when he tore his knee or whatever. He got that low hit.
Mhm.
After that, he stopped caring. There's birdies in Atlanta that say that Kyle Pitts has a drinking problem, and I won't mention that because I can't really we can't validate it or not. But in the stands, the talk that we get is, oh, I heard Kyle Pitts be drinking.
Oh, he be in the scene. He be out in the A.
That's what they say. That's what they're saying. But in my opinion, I don't really think that Kyle Pitts is like a problem to the team. I don't think it's his fault. I don't think that he's the greatest pick either. To be honest, I don't think he was a number 8 overall pick. But after the first year with Hall of Fame Matt Ryan, it's like, why wouldn't you think he's good? Matt
Mhm.
Ryan's made what's his name? Zacchaeus?
Mhm.
Matt
Alamae
Ryan got
Zacchaeus, my
Zacchaeus,
boy.
got Zacchaeus the deal. You know what I mean? Matt Ryan made Zacchaeus, Taylor Gabriel. There's so many receivers,
Mhm.
tight ends that Matt Ryan, if they weren't with him, they probably would have just been another
Nada.
nigga.
Mhm.
Nothing. Matt Ryan makes people because he knows how to play the game. He knew Kyle Pitts was here. I'm gonna
Mhm.
get you every time. No one had film on Kyle Pitts his rookie year. So he ate. That next year, oh, okay. Now you got a bullshit quarterback. What did you do? Nothing. The next year, bullshit quarterback. What did you do?
Nada.
Nothing. And it's
Nada.
like for me, want to give him that, but then you got Drake London on the other side of you who's finding a way to eat with these bullshit quarterbacks. So
Mhm.
I can't give you that, Kyle Pitts. I can't give you the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, it's just because he hasn't had the same coordinator, he hasn't had the same quarterback. No, you came into the league a higher rated grade player than Drake London. In my opinion, today, Drake London is a better player at his position than Kyle Pitts is. And
Yep.
that's insane. Kyle
Easily.
Pitts should be George Kittle-ish. What's the other dude's name? Dalton Kincaid is better than Kyle
Yeah,
Pitts
he
right
should
now.
be. He came into the league with the same hype Brock Bowers came into the league with, and Bowers already like top tight end in the league, and Pitts never got to that.
No, exactly. He was supposed to be like Kittle, and I can't think of the Kelsey. He's supposed to be in
Kelsey,
that same talk.
Gronk
He was
type
going
shit.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, going to the tight end university and stuff. And I'm like, okay, he might this might rub off on him. No, but then again, it goes back to how much would you want to play for a team that's losing like this?
Yep.
Like as a player, you know what
Agreed.
I mean? We're losing. We're gonna lose. I know it's gonna be close. Like I told you, I know how these Falcons games go. It's like being mad at Cat in the Hat or Green Eggs and Ham. You read that book a million times. You know when you get to that last page, what it's gonna say and how it's gonna
Same old
end.
shit. Yep.
Same shit. I know how it goes with the Falcons. Like it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a really close game. And then it's either gonna go our way at the end or it's gonna go the other team's way at the end. But the problem with us is say we come out 7-0, right? Quick touchdown. Then we're going to go 3 and out for the next 3 quarters. Then we might get a field goal and we're up 10-0, right? It's like second quarter with 3 minutes left, right? Let's hypothetically saying 3 minutes left. Whole quarter, whole half, we were kind of dominating the game. You see what I'm saying? And
Yep.
then you guys score right before halftime. Now it's 7-10 going into the half.
And we got
The whole
momentum.
stadium, yeah, whole stadium's looking at each other like, here this shit goes. We know this story. I know the answer to the question. I've seen this story before. Then you guys get the ball back after half. Say you don't score, 3 and out. It's okay. We're gonna give it right back to you with a bow on it, a gift wrap bow. Here you go. Take another chance. And it's like in other teams' positions, like let's say Philly, for instance, if we're up 10-0 and we got the ball off a 3 and out starting at, let's just say, the 35, the other team's 35, we're at least walking away with three.
Yep.
Let's keep our foot on their necks. You know what I mean? Not the Falcons. It's like we start getting complacent. It's like, okay, yeah, we got them off the field, 3 and out. Let's go.
Yep.
Then we start running the same stupid run scheme to Bijan, which don't get me wrong, Bijan's a dog. The reason why
Bijan's
it's
him.
looking so
Bijan is
good
him,
is
bro.
because Bijan is Bijan. If that
Hmm.
was anybody else, it would just be one-dimensional plays. Stop
Hmm.
that run. Now you can beat them. Because Penix is not sure or certain of where to throw this ball yet, and they have no vertical threat over the top. So even if you can get to Penix quickly, they're one dimensional.
Yep.
He's not going through his reads. I'll give Kirk Cousins that. I hated Kirk Cousins. Going through his reads quickly was all he had. So he was good at that. It's like you can't expect a rookie man with 7 games under his belt to come in and be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go to the right read. The only thing I will give him though is his eye reads are really like above his level. Like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
reads with his eyes are
He
above his
he
level.
played so much football in like Jaden, like they played 5 and 6 years in college, so they have a ton of experience. So he sees it, but I see miscommunication in a very simplistic offense. So I'm looking at the Panthers game. Y'all might have the most predictable offense in the league. You know whether it's a run or a pass every time y'all line up, and that's a problem.
Yep. Even in the game, like watching it, it could be a going away from me, right? I'm watching the game from the defense. I'm looking at your team's deep, like last names on their back. I can tell what they're gonna run 70 yards away. I can't even tell. I'm like, oh, yep, this is a run. Pikes the ball. It's a heady middle school run. And
Mhm.
it's weird to me. Then we'll do weird shit where we send Charlie Warner in motion and he turns around halfway through. Like he's not no one I wouldn't even follow Charlie Warner on that. He's
I
not
don't know.
gonna break off the line.
You go to
Go
have
go
fun,
ahead.
man.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good. Look at my teammate, like, you see this guy? And just let him do that. Because it's like you want to do that with Mooney. Do it with Bijan. About Jared on the other side. Send Bijan in motion. Because
Mhm.
if you're the defense, that's Bijan. Someone needs to account for him and go the other way. But we don't do stuff like that. We do these ninny poo ABC 1, 2, 3 plays. Let's go. And I don't know if it's because our quarterbacks have historically, since Matt Ryan, been not the
Bad.
best. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And maybe they can't handle like that, like a bigger sample size than what we're giving them. But if that's the case, get a better quarterback position coach for that. You know what I mean? A development coach. Get somebody who's going to come in and teach them the X's and O's. Seen
Yep.
this clip of the Giants coach DeBo or whatever his name
Dayball.
is.
Yeah, Dayball.
Dayball. He was interviewing Jaden Daniels before the draft, and he asked him. He's like, take this play and change it to that. No, read it back to me. And Jaden Daniels read it back to him. He's like, no, don't look at the board. I want you to read it back to me. I feel like that type of stuff is not happening in Atlanta. We just give them a packet with a pamphlet, 2025, 2026 plays,
Figure it out,
and
nigga.
send them on the way. Figure it out. This is what you guys got. Practice on Monday. See you after that. And to me, that it's just weird to see year after year. I get it. You got a couple years where you got to get right. You got to clear a house. You got to. It's been like this for almost 10 years to where I'm debating, do I really want to go next year and be in the house for the decade anniversary of not making the playoffs?
Yeah, man,
You
you
know what
got
I
to, man.
mean?
Sometimes you just gotta sit in that misery and you gotta live in that shit, and no better days are coming. Because when I was a season ticket holder from 2021 through 2023, it was absolute ass. But you gotta live in it sometime, because when them better days come, it feels amazing. And right now, I believe, even though shit is going to hell as far as the injury list and shit like that, we're in better days here in Washington, and it feels better because I sat through all the tough time. Nigga, you've seen your team in the Super Bowl, so you'll be all right. You'll be all
No,
right on the end
100%.
of the
I,
day.
I I still, don't get me wrong. I still talk my shit when it comes to people that, because we're a hated team, especially after the 28-3. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing, whatever. But before this little 10-year thing, we were almost a lock to make the playoffs.
Yep.
It was like it is what it is. Things change, but all
Mhm.
I can say is I hope, and I don't wish nothing bad on Arthur Blank. I love the guy. He also owns Home Depot, a part joint owner of that. I don't know if people know that. The Falcons owner, I honestly feel like cares more about Home Depot than he cares about the Falcons. I'm just being honest. And
Yep.
everything that I believe about our owner is business. It's not like I look at my team and I want us to win. It's not Jerry Jones esque with Arthur Blank. This is a business venture. Makes me money like that. But it's not like he cares, and that's where I feel like our problem is. I hope. And I don't want nothing to happen to him, but I hope he starts getting ready to pass the torch to his grandson or something like that. There's a guy that's like a blank, one of his family members who's starting to be closer to the team, and it's looking like he may be the next one in line to start owning the team. And it's, as much as it sucks to say, I think it's gonna take something like what happened with you guys with Snyder and just clearing out whole house, for us to get better. Because Arthur
Mhm.
Blank is doing the same thing. He's supposedly takes his There's a guy on our team. I can't think of his name right now, but he's the one that Arthur Blank answers to.
Rich McKay. Are you talking about
Rich
Rich McKay?
McKay.
There we
Rich
go.
McKay.
Mhm.
Yep. He's the one that makes all the recommendations, and
Been
Arthur
there
Blank is
forever.
just like, yep, okay, we'll do that. Okay, yeah, are you sure? Okay,
Yep.
yeah, we'll do that. There was no reason, and I hate even bringing this up, for us not to go after Lamar Jackson when he was available.
That was
And
crazy.
Arthur Blank said, quote unquote, we just want a quarterback that's going to be available to play long term. Lamar Jackson has dealt with injury problems in his past, and we just want someone who's going to be available to play.
That's low key racist, man. That's
No,
gotta be racist.
honestly, in my opinion, the only reason why he didn't want a Lamar Jackson is because it was too close to a Vic. You can't
And
get
that
a. We don't want a Vic again.
Yeah.
We don't
That and
need
he was a
a
restricted
brother.
free agent, and honestly, whoever signed him to an offer sheet, the Ravens probably would have just matched it. But I don't like the verbiage because I don't even like that we didn't put a bid in for him at the time either.
Yeah, we should have definitely put in a bid for him, for at least something.
Mm-hmm.
Make someone match it. Because at
Yep.
that time we didn't have a quarterback.
Right.
We should have went after Harbaugh. To be honest, we should have went after Belichick. What has Raheem Morris proved on a coaching level, at like head coach level, that would make him want to stay our coach? He would have been out after he mismanaged time in y'all's game last year. Because you got to
Mhm.
keep in mind, those were games that we needed to make the playoffs at the end of last year. When the game and the season was on the line, you showed me as a head coach that you don't know how to manage the game. So
Oh yeah.
why would I think you can manage my team? Why would I think you can manage my players? You can't manage anything.
Yeah, and whoever's decision it was to give Kirk 160 million guarantee and immediately draft a quarterback in the first round, that's just poor planning. It's awkward. Y'all got 160 million dollars sitting on the bench holding a Surface Pro on the sidelines right
And I don't know if you saw, we tried to put him in at the end of last game, and it was detrimental. It wasn't nothing different than Michael Penix. We should have just let Penix finish the game, which I get. You don't want injuries, blah, blah, blah. But to see him come out and Bijan stayed on the field, Pitt stayed on the field, Drake London stayed on the field, and he just came out and did a quick 3 and out. It was like, yeah, we're this is scary right now, because we started off 0-1. I'll take that loss. The Bucks, Young Wei Koo misses a kick, whatever. Beat the Vikings, you know what I mean, on the national stage.
Sunday
Everybody's
night.
watching.
Mhm.
We beat them, okay. And then we lay a mother goose, the motherest of all mother goose eggs,
The Panthers.
against the Panthers on Sunday afternoon. You couldn't get a fit. And to be honest, for morale, Romo should have hit one of those kicks.
Shout out John Parker Roma.
He should have hit one of those, because for morale, we would have came into this week like, okay. To be honest, I'm not gonna say it's his fault we lost the game, because we all suck. But I really think, as a player who's seen this story, like I remember I said cat in the hat. You know these stories.
Mhm.
Your kicker came out and missed 2 kicks.
I know that world too, man. I relate to you,
I
brother.
know this shit. Young Wei Koo was 11 for 23 or 11 for 22 from last year coming into this
Crazy.
year. So as a player, and I saw in that Bucks game, I saw helmets flying on the sideline in Falcons helmets. And as a fan, I'm sure you know, as someone who used to play football, You see your team's helmets flying after your kicker missed a kick. That's not good for the locker room.
Hell no.
People are upset. Helmets hitting up against the bench, boom, ricocheting off. I'm like, yeah, they're
Mhm.
not fucking with Young Wei Koo in that locker room. Then you bring in another Young Wei Koo, and in technicality, he bums two kicks. Honestly, Phil, and this is me starting to get into conspiracy football theories. If he would have made those two kicks, that's a different game. We got something.
Mhm.
Okay, we got some momentum. We're up six
Something to
zero.
build on. Something to
Yeah,
build on. We
something.
do that shit as fans all the time. I get where you're coming from.
So it's like again, it's a Hail Mary to say that, but I really feel like if he would have hit one or two of those kicks, you're giving momentum swinging in our way. You miss those two kicks, you put your defense back on the field. It's like, damn, now we got to stop Bryce Young again, which I told you he's a dual threat quarterback. We do
Mhm.
not do good with those quarterbacks. We play these soft zones, and it's like we leave the underneath open. We love this bend but don't break mentality in Atlanta. And it's like, just gonna take what you give them. If I'm the coordinator coming into Atlanta and I see they're playing this soft zone where they got basically a shell and they don't want you to go anywhere past 20 yards, but they're giving me anything under 10, I'm
Just
gonna
keep
give it to
taking it.
my skill players and take
Mhm.
it all the way to the goal line,
Mhm.
red zone. And
Yep.
then that's when it's gonna be we could do a real drive. But until
Yep.
the red zone, yeah, I'll take that 10. I'll take
Debo
7.
Samuel, Debo Samuel, Zach Ertz all day coming your way Sunday afternoon. We're going to go into some matchups and how your defense plans to stop our offense on Sunday, but we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor, best fantasy app in the world, Sleep. The NFL season is here, which means you have a chance to win 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy. Football has never been more exciting than it is with players like Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jamar Chase. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more. For up to a 1,000 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right and you could win big using promo code RIO91. That was promo code RIO91 and you'll get up to a $100 match bonus on your first deposit. Terms and conditions may apply. Rio 91 on Sleeper. I don't know what Washington players you can actually bet on this week because the whole damn team's on the injury list. But let's talk Washington's offense versus Atlanta's defense. I don't know. I can't speak for the Marcus Mariota that played for your team a few years ago, but the one that plays in Cliff Kingsbury's offense, he's loved here. He's adored, and he perfectly fits this offense because we don't have to change what we do when Jaden comes out the game because he was a poor version of what Jaden is when he was in Oregon back in the day. His 3 times he's come in for us versus the Panthers, gave him a 40 burger. Versus the Cowboys, rallied us back, game-winning touchdown. Last week, 40 burger versus the Raiders. All he's seen is success in the few times he's had to step on the field here. It's going to be eye for an eye, no Terry on one side, no AJ Terrell, correct?
No AJ, hamstring.
Soft tissue injuries, quad for our guy, hamstring for y'all. What is the plan to slow down this offense? Because we got our groove and our swagger back versus the Raiders last week. And you know about the Raiders too, because you out there and your girl a Raiders fan.
Yep, definitely. We was in the house for that Chargers Raiders game. But to be honest, like I just told you, I think what the Falcons are gonna do, especially because we're gonna be trying to give you guys sample servings of D Alford, which I don't know why any team would want to be giving any offense D Alford on the opposition side. That's if I'm Marcus Mariota, Zach Ertz, Debo Samuel, anybody, and I see the last person I gotta beat is D Alford. I'm telling Mariota and the thing, I don't care where you throw, just throw it up. This guy's a bum. He can't guard me.
What
Straight
about
up.
Mike
We're gonna
Hughes? Mike
play.
Mike Mike Hughes season?
Mike Hughes is okay, but again, these are not cornerbacks or DBs that I would put any trust into. The only guy that we have back there that's really solid is Jesse Bates.
Oh, he's a dog.
Bowman's showing some stuff too. Billy Bowman,
The
he's
rookie
he's 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 a rookie for sure. Billy
out of
Bowman's
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually good. I like Billy Bowman, but I don't know if we're running like something where we're switching him and Bates out because there's some plays where I notice that I'll see Billy Bowman and there's some plays where I'll see Jesse Bates. So I don't know what the scheme is for us as far as like what we're running with them, but I would like to see more Billy Bowman and and less D Alford. I don't know what we have to do to make that happen, but keep D Alford off the field. Even if we got to run two safeties or whatever we got to do, when you start putting D Alford in one-on-one matchups, that's when it's going to be hard for us. I
Yeah,
think we'll keep your run to a minimum though. I do think that. I don't think you'll have much success on the ground with our DNs and D line and stuff like that though.
so you're saying it's an air it out type of day.
I
So
think you'll have to air it out for
okay,
sure.
okay.
Air it and run it with Mariota, which
My
I liked
kid.
Mariota on the floor. On the floor, Mariota's I haven't watched him, so I can't really, speak. I'm speaking on Mariota from Atlanta days.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
liked
he
him
he
running the
good over
ball.
here. He good over here. He throwing the pill accurately. If it wasn't for one fumble last week, he played flawlessly versus the
Yeah, see,
Raiders.
that's a Mariota I've never seen. You know what I mean? So it's like if he's gonna be able to run and pass for you guys, that sounds like the ingredients for a long Sunday for us. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Because we can only stop one or the other. We can't stop both. And then when you have a quarterback that can extend one to the other, that's a problem. It might have started off as an option and he kept the ball, and now he can run to the left 5 yards without going forward. And now you got a streaking Debo Samuel or Zach Ertz open 35 yards down the field. Our DBs cannot hold people for longer than 2 or 3 seconds. If you got a quarterback that's gonna keep that play 5+ seconds, that's a
Alive.
completion against
Okay.
Atlanta for sure. We can't stop that. That's like our kryptonite. You get out, Kyler Murray, first game back, ran all over us. The
Yep.
Vikings quarterback, the bald, light skinned guy, I can't think of his fucking name right now. He came in and he was on the Cardinals and then he got
Josh
shipped to the
Dobbs. Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs ran all over us. You know what I mean? We love to let quarterbacks get mobile on us. That's what we do. So if you got a mindset where it's like, look, take what you can get, extend the play, you might be okay against Atlanta. But if you're coming out run heavy, like run even Mariota run heavy, just down the middle or option run heavy, I think we'll be okay on that. I think we can
Mhm.
stop you guys' run. I'm confident in stopping you guys' run. We held Bucky Irving to like, I mean, I think under 100
Yep.
last week against the Panthers. I don't think Chubb had much. What's his name on the
Chuba
what's
Hubbard.
that dude's name?
You talking about the Vikings?
Trooper Hubbard, yeah, Trooper Hubbard barely had anything, and then on the Vikings, that nigga
Aaron
didn't have
Jones and
nothing either.
Mason.
Aaron
Yeah,
Jones,
yeah.
yeah, he didn't
They didn't
have
do nothing.
anything. Yeah, well, I'm confident on our run defense for sure. It's the extended plays defense that's always been a problem historically. You don't have help for AJ. You got Jesse, but he's not in your one-on-one corner. He's a safety. He's your last line of hope in most situations. So with our number one cornerback gone, I don't see why you guys wouldn't be trying to take advantage of those matchups on the outside. There's nobody to stop it. You know what I mean? You're
Okay.
not gonna put Hughes out there and say, "Hey, stop the pass." It's just not possible. You're not gonna Clark Phillip and make him stop passes.
My boy Clark Phillips.
We don't have anyone right now that's good enough to replace AJ Terrell. And with that much on AJ Terrell's shoulders, like we need you to be that great. That's just too hard. That's way
Yep.
too hard, man.
Yep. And what we do is we don't have necessarily a dominant back, but we have quite the committee of backs. And I'm not sure how our exciting young rookie, Bill Krosky Merritt, I'm not sure if he's going to play because he hasn't practiced this week with a knee injury, but everybody eats in our system, including the quarterback. Mariota had 40 yards last week. Chris Rodriguez had 40 yards last week. Bill had 30 yards. McNichols had a 60-yard touchdown. So that's 200 yards divvied up by a bunch of guys. It's not as dominant as like Bijan getting 90% of it for y'all. But everybody eats over here. It's going to be different seeing life without Terry McLaurin. So I think you're getting the heaviest of doses of Zach Ertz and Debo Samuel. What I do want to know is how is your special team? Because we might have the best pair of returners in the league right now. Debo's almost housed the kick every game, and Jalen Lane just took a punt back for the crib. Is y'all special team sharp?
No, not really.
Oh,
Our special teams return unit is mid. I don't know if you watched the Carolina game. Almost every time we caught the ball, we were tackled immediately. Catch, tackle. A return like defense to stop kicks. The last time you guys came to Atlanta, you had like a 70, 60, 70 yard punt return that set
Crowder.
you guys up in great position. It
Yeah,
was
James
coming right
Crowder.
towards me.
Yep.
Our defense hasn't changed since then. The same defense we had on that Crowder run back is the same defense that we have this year. So if you're telling me you guys got way better and you guys are a really good return team, expect to get some good yards against our return our defense. We don't have a good like special teams to stop stuff like that. I don't know what we're doing in that aspect. I don't really pay a lot of attention to that, even though I should. It's really important. But I
Yeah.
do know on kickoffs, punts, we love to give up 30, 40, 50 yards to put you
Mhm.
in position to score off of maybe two plays.
Yeah, Debo has almost taken the opening kickoff back in 2 of 3 games. He took a kickoff back to about the 40 of the other team versus the Packers. In the opening kickoff on Sunday, he took it all the way to the 25. So, and Luke McCaffrey fell down. He might have run a kick back too. When I tell you we are demons on special team, we could have had 3 return touchdowns in one game on Sunday. And the kid we took in the 4th round was the best returner in college last year, Jalen Lane, number 83. The number don't make him look fast because niggas don't wear 83 in 2025. That's a 4.31 kid. When you see him catch a punt, you better look out on Sunday and you better tell your boys to tackle because we get after it on special teams. Flipping sides real quick. The key to y'all getting y'all offensive woes and doldrums out the way and actually becoming effective again, what do y'all need to do to get going versus us?
Honestly, think to get going against you guys, we're gonna have to establish the run quick, very quick. Like I'm talking about first play. Like if in the first couple plays of that Bucks game, Bijan took it to the house. We needed that quick. So you guys know we need to account for Bijan. And the second thing, Michael Penix needs to be going through those reads lightning quick. Get the ball out of your hand. Don't give the fucking commanders time to get up in your grill and force you into making decisions because you're gonna make errant decisions without that. It's just you got to get it out your system. You're gonna make dumb throws sometimes, even without the pressure. It's football. You're a rookie. You're still learning the X's and O's, but let's try to keep that to a minimum. Let's try to get the ball out your hands because he has a pretty good release time. Penix, if he can keep that release time at what he's kind of averaging right now,
Lightning fast. Yeah.
lightning fast and establish a run with Bijan early, I think that will open up the little quick dumps to Pitts, the quick dumps to London. Mooney's still someone you got to watch out for.
Oh, he's a dog. No,
He's
I love Mooney.
he
Mooney would be our
yeah
number one right now.
yeah, like I think he was dealing with injury and I think he's still trying to get acclimated to this 2025-26 football season. Cuz a couple of those plays last week, he was just beating himself up. You could see it that it was bothering him that he was making those type of mistakes. But in my opinion, it's all right. You were hurt. You know what I mean? You were dealing with injury all off season. You came in, you're trying to make it happen. Stay with it. And those same plays you were making last year, they're gonna come to you. They're gonna come. So if we could get the Bijan run and Penix to get our passes off quickly, don't double pump, don't triple pump,
I'm thinking
don't
about it.
just let it go. You might throw a pick. It's gonna happen. You're gonna throw picks. You're not
Oh
gonna
no,
go a
nigga,
whole
we don't. Hey,
season.
hey, listen. We not catching no. We are one of 3 teams in the league that has not forced the turnover yet. It's us and 2 0-3 team. He ain't throwing a pick this week, so y'all should try all that
Hey,
experimental shit versus us.
Penix will put that ball literally in a DB's hands
And we gonna
on
drop that
some.
motherfucker.
Hey, if you drop it, that's the drop on you. But Penix will put it in because there's times where Penix thinks, like I saw a couple plays last week. Penix thought Ray or Mooney was gonna go to the outside, and he threw it to the outside. But then you got the DB right there waiting, and literally the DB so shocked that he threw it to him.
He couldn't
That's
believe
why
it.
they're dropping it.
He
It's
couldn't
not
believe
that I dropped it because I just dropped it. No, I can't believe he threw that ball so to me didn't realize it was coming. That's the Penix that the Falcons fans need to realize is going to happen. It's gonna happen. Don't panic. Don't get mad. To be honest, don't think that we're not a contender, but don't think that we are either. You know what I mean? You're not gonna say we did make the playoffs right now. You want to make the playoffs and all you can do is force feed people Bijan? No, let's see what we got. If we got to get rid of Raheem, if we got to get rid of Zach Robinson, so be it. But you can't expect Michael Penix to come in. He's not Jaden Daniels. Okay? He wasn't Jaden Daniels pre-draft. He's not Jaden Daniels after the draft. You can't expect him to come in and change your franchise around. He's not one of those quarterbacks. We didn't do it with Ritter. We didn't do Heineke. I'm not even going to talk about that. We didn't do it with Heineke. We didn't do it with Cousins. We didn't do it with anybody. Give it some time. That's why, to me, I know he's going to make mistakes. But if he can keep them to a minimum, that will put us in the best way to place to win. But it's not about necessarily even what he does. The coordinators don't give us the best things on paper to win. So if you're giving me a doodle book play, I have to run a doodle book play on the field.
Right.
It,
You
it
gotta
just it is what it is. So I just say if we could run the ball, get the plays off quick, we'll keep it a close game. But I do think if you guys stop Bijan, it's over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day. It's a freaky ass super chat, by the way. That's a freaky ass super chat. What y'all on? It's Friday afternoon. What are we talking about in the chat? But I think you're gonna be saved from the Zach Robinson experience because I think privilege is going to find him. I think he's going to fail upward into the Oklahoma State college opening that's open right now. He was the Oklahoma State quarterback when Des Bryant was there back in the day. He's going to somehow fail into getting a head coaching job, and y'all are going to be rid of him at some point. What's it going to come to for you this year to say, all right, we need to throw this whole Raheem Morris shit. We need to throw it away and we need to start over.
Man, that's a good question. Because a lot of times, like I want to put stuff on head coaches and just solely on the head coach. But a lot of times it's all of them as a collective unit. It's Terry Fontenot, it's Zach Robinson, it's Jeff Obridge, it's the special teams coach, it's the wide receiver coaches, it's all you guys. Because with all these heads together, I mean, you get me, you get a couple of your friends, a couple of guys I know. We can come up with a better scheme for our team than the Falcons have the past 10 years. That I think that honestly is what the problem is. And I think as fans, we already want to see Raheem gone because he hasn't shown us anything. He hasn't shown anything from a. It's like Arthur Smith, our last coach.
Oh my God.
They they kept him around for longer than they needed to, wasted our time. I don't know why. He leaves, goes back to the coordinator position. The Steelers are okay. They're not bad. You know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
not hating on him as a coordinator for the Steelers. That's cool. I like that for him. You're not a head coach though. Same
Yep.
for Raheem Morris. You got your 2 Super Bowls as a coordinator. You're not a head coach.
Yep. And
You're not a head. There's
everybody's not built for that shit.
no, not everyone's built to be a head coach and have success doing it. I would like to see Raheem be a coordinator still. I'm not saying he's not a coach. He's not a good coach. He's a really good coach, but he's not a I mean, look at him. This guy's wearing joggers that are rolled up to his calves. It's his swag. I've never like. I'm not even trying to be funny. I've never seen that swag. I've seen. I mean, I've seen the coaches who are on the sideline, bent over, locked in. I've never seen Raheem Morris's swag as a head coach ever. I don't know if it's just uninterested, unenthused,
That's
don't
that Ron
care.
Rivera. That's that Ron Rivera shit right there.
Yeah, he's just out there like this. It
That
starts zooming in on him. He's looking
Ron
like
Ron was
this.
arms crossed all the time.
Yeah,
Arms
and it's
crossed.
like, bro, what are you even doing out there? You know what I mean? It's like they ask him questions like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we just got to get better. We got to find a way to get better." He's losing the fans in Atlanta rapidly. The whole city's gonna not be behind him by the end of the season. I already know it. But then you open the Pandora's box again. Who do you bring as your coach?
Exactly.
You go right back into another year of hoping this guy's system is what we need and hoping this coach is going to make us better. And there's no certainty, which goes back to me saying, like, you're wasting generational talent. If I'm Pitts, London, Bijan, Mooney, Bates, Terrell, it's hard for me to stay motivated. You're going to have to bring in a counselor at some point because there's no way I've been on this team and it's going the same way. I mean, dog, we be in games like this every fucking week, besides last week. Down to the wire. Yeah, we might have scored, but we got a field goal the next 3 drives, and this
Coaching
team
blunder.
scores. Yeah,
Mhm.
this team scores once in the third quarter, and they're still in the game. That's crazy to me. It's like any other team, even the Minnesota game. They're gonna put their foot on their necks. You just JJ McCarthy, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, sack, fumble, sack, and give him the ball right back to him. There's
Mhm.
nothing there's nothing in Atlanta for us to be like prideful about when it comes to coaching. Yeah,
Nah,
we have the
they
puzzle pieces players wise, but coaching, we're just watching. We don't even know. We don't what would you label us as? Like what you know what I mean? Are we're a run heavy team, pass
with
heavy team?
Bijan, you would think so, but also with the weapons at wide receiver. No, I think the main thing is I think y'all lack identity. And as a nigga of a fan of a team who lacked identity for 25 plus years of my fan life, y'all don't have an identity over there, and that shit is hard.
Yeah, no culture at all.
No culture at all. So to close this one out, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I know you got things to do. My boy runs his own business out here, which we love to see. Let me get a prediction for this game. You know, y'all are the favorites now. Y'all are 2.5 point favorites. The line swung after Jaden got ruled out.
Final score, I'll give you two different predictions. If it's a close game, if it's a close game, prediction 27-21 your way. If it's a blowout, expect us to lay another goose egg. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you guys better than the Panthers? Division, I get it. Divisional matchup, okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
he could throw everything out the
They are
division game.
so mid as a team. The Panthers, you talk about our identity. They're nothing right now. The Panthers are nothing. They to me, they are not a good team. I like Bryce Young though. Shout out to Bryce Young.
Shout out,
Besides
bro.
Bryce Young, that is a mid team, and we just got dogged by them. I'm going to this game as a fan of football. You feel me? I'm not going to this game with high hopes. If
Yeah,
you
all right.
watch
I
my
see. Look at
Instagram,
look at that chain you got on, nigga. You going as a fan, bro. You going
no,
as a
this what they
die
give us. They care about us in this way and in Atlanta. They're like,
culture,
we'll ice y'all out.
big
But
culture.
yeah, big culture that way, but not on the field. But what I was gonna say is, if the Falcons are able to keep this game close, right? Do think that the Falcons could get away with beating you guys 27-21 as well. I'm not gonna lie. If we're able to keep it close,
Mhm.
because last year with Jaden Daniels, which is it's Jaden Daniels, we were able to keep it close even with Raheem Morris's BS play calling in your house.
Yep.
So this will be in our house. We'll have the home field advantage, hopefully, unless it's a DMV takeover, which it's like a 7 hour drive,
Oh, it's
eight,
about to be.
nine
I
hour
know
drive.
hella people going. It's about to be packed with
Yeah.
burgundy.
So again, we might not have that home field advantage, which sounds crazy to say. I've been to numerous Falcons games where it's like split crowd, where it's like you can't tell if it's a home game because on our third downs as well, it's loud. You can't hear anything. Literally seen in Atlanta our quarterbacks go like this on third down
Nah, that's
because the
crazy.
other team.
That's
You
crazy.
know what I mean?
That's crazy as shit.
But I do expect it to be a good game. I do appreciate you bringing me on the podcast.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely good stepping out here. Oh, we could take one of them away this week. I'm tired of coming home from a Commanders matchup as a loser. And that is the worst feeling in the world. I always tend to be on the plane coming back here with a Commanders fan. And I'm anticipating I'm going to see the same Commanders fan that I saw last time on the flight back home to Vegas. And if I do, he's a good cool dude, DMV, DC native, all that.
Shout out to
You
that guy,
guys
man.
yeah, you guys travel, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see that dude after the game. And if we lose, it's the most embarrassing thing in the world. I'm going back to the airport. It's not like it ends for me at the stadium. Can't change. I don't fly with bags. I'm going just for the game. I'm coming back. I go to the stadium. Did we win? Yo, lost. I'm in the TSA line. Commanders fans smiling at me and shit, smirking. I'll tell people it does not end after the game's over. It doesn't end for me until I touch down in Vegas and get in my car to go home. It's like when we lose, that will follow me to the airport. It'll follow me on the plane, and I'll get on the plane and look at the aisle and boom, Commanders fan. I'm telling you, you guys are traveling fans. Expect it
Look at
to be
us.
a
Look at
split
us.
house in Atlanta this weekend. Hope we win, but I do hope it's a close game as well. Just because it's a good matchup to see two quarterbacks, young black quarterbacks going at each other. Well, can't say that because it's Mariota. To see two quarterbacks going at each other.
Shout out to the Hawaiian King, Marcus
Yeah, up
Mariota.
to the
Oh, my boy his shit just died on us, man. He just got Thanos snap. The Mariota family just took his feed. If he's able to come back on, I'm going to punch him back in here. But hold up, he's back. He's back. My guy's back. Mariota heard your comment and said, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, man, it was good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you can come on again Sunday after the game or from the stadium. I'll punch you on because I'll be live all day.
All right, yo.
All right, my guy. All right, I'm going to keep it rolling with the chat now. That's my guy right there. See, that's my boy Kareem. See, just to give y'all a quick background story time with Rio, back in 2007 when I was a freshman in high school, my mother passed away tragically, and I ain't really have nowhere to go after mom's left. And my boy Kareem and his family took your boy in, and they kept me going. They kept me in school, and they kept me from completely collapsing and deteriorating my life at 15 years old. So this is somebody I've went through real life shit with. We've been in life or death situations with. He ain't no content creator either. He just a fan. And I feel like the delivery, maybe he need to start a YouTube channel himself. So that's my guy right there. That's somebody I come up from the trenches with. I'm predicting a Washington 33-17 victory. 33-17. As much as my heart tells me that we're without Terry, we're without Jaden, Bill is iffy, no Bates, no Noah Brown. As much as that tells me we're going to play a close game with a team that lost 30-0 to the Panthers last week, this is a double whammy of fuck you revenge game style. Dan Quinn told us exactly how many days it was since the Falcons fired him on his introductory presser here. Marcus Mariota went AWOL on his team in front of the whole world and Netflix cameras shooting in 8K. Them boys got deep-rooted generational hatred against the Atlanta Falcons. So this shit means something to me. It means something to them. And we are a brotherhood, and culture runs deep. We're not losing this game to the Atlanta Falcons Sunday. Shout out to Kareem. Shout out my boy Sammy, my boy Allen, Adam, everybody, my boy Seth, everybody I know that is an Atlanta Falcons fan. Y'all not winning this game. I don't care if it's Marcus Mariota, quarterback. I don't care if it's me. I don't care if it's one of y'all in the chat. We can't lose a second conference game to this team. To this team. Hell no. 33-17 Washington Commanders, baby. Let's get active. 33-17 Washington Commanders. My boy Sale, what it do, my guy? Appreciate you for the $10 super chat donation. You can be at the game right behind our bench. I can tap in with you. Hit me up. Hey, shoot it. Shoot it to me in the DMs, and you can give us the vibes and the atmosphere and give us a check-in from the stadium. I'm down with all that. I'm down with all that shit, man. I'm ready to get active. I'm ready to get to it. 33-17. Let me see some score predictions in the chat, and we can start talking about some of this. Injury report. If you're going to the game, if you're still considering going to the game or any games this season, Rio 10 on SeatGeek. I've been looking to find the best deal on Washington Commanders tickets for the 2025 season, which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sporting events, festivals, and more. The NFL is right around the corner, and MLB is in full swing. I love using SeatGeek. Recently used it, lock in my training camp tickets. Most notably, I was at the Grand National Tour with my son, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 through 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know I had to come through for y'all using promo code RIO10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code RIO10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically sent to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. It'll probably be closer than I'm predicting, but I feel like Marcus might get off on these boys. I feel like Marcus might go crazy. We scored 40 versus the Raiders last week, and we left meat on the bone. I know Terry's not going to be out there, but I think Marcus and them boys might get active. And Kareem told me their return team is bad too. Their special teams is bad. Their offense is the most predictable offense in the league, and their defense can be challenged. I know we don't got Terry out there, but also, while we're here, I want to give a shout out to somebody. I want to give a big shout out to Washington Commanders Nation, and I want to give a shout out to Rookie of the Week. The belt has returned home to its rightful owners. The JD5 Invitational Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week is back home where it belongs, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Lane, let's go. We held it down. We did it again. 2 out of 3 weeks of the season. You know we ran it up last year for Jaden. He broke the record for most Rookie of the Weeks in the season. Jalen Lane, who really would have had a serious case without the punt return. You know, he would have had a touchdown, but he dropped it last week. 1 punt return touchdown, nothing else required, because when you give the fans the power, we take it in our hands and we make it happen. Shout out to Rookie of the Week, Jalen Lane. Torrey Horton had a fantastic game. Cam Scatterbull, Luther Burden, so many guys had a good game. But this sleeping giant of a fan base, we back our players. We slide for hours. We slid for 5. We slide for whatever rookie you put on that docket. Trey Amos, I know you got one of these coming this year as well, man. I know you got one of these coming this week as well. But shout out to the fan base for absolutely holding it down for our guy. Hey, Jalen Lane, you've become more important at work now, and I need it to not ruin your life. I need you to step up, because with Terry McLaurin missing this week, and I think he may miss some time, we may need some guys to step up. So keys to victory for Sunday. I don't even know why I got this picture up of Jaden looking all provocatively at Michael Penix because Jaden's not playing. Good sign for Jaden's recovery. Jaden was at practice this week, and he looked like himself in the clips we saw. So let's run it back to when we came into Monday, the week after the Packers game. Remember when good old Rio Robinson stepped up to my soapbox and said, nope, 2 weeks, bring him back homecoming week versus the Chargers. Crazy how that's coming into fruition, right? Obviously, my mind changes 1,000 times when we're presented with new data. So I thought he was going to play last week, and I thought he was going to play this week. But I said, me being the soft, I'm going to coddle and baby my franchise quarterback person that I am, I said, sit him for 2 weeks, reevaluate and assess the situation for homecoming week. My son's going to homecoming tomorrow. Jaden's going to homecoming next week. He's going back to SoCal. All his friends and family, all his females, everybody that knows Jaden Daniels will see him. And it's going to be a home game at SoFi next week, because you know the LA Chargers really don't got fans like that out there. So maybe they took a page out of my playbook and said, you know what? I think he can play, but F it. We'll see you next week. We think Marcus can handle those games. If Marcus, I'm going to say the same thing I said. I'm going to say the same thing I said last week. If Marcus Mariota and this old-ass roster can't handle the Atlanta Falcons in week 4, what are we even doing in 2025? So my confidence level is still about the same as it was last week in Marcus Mariota, about a 7.5, 8. He has given me no reason or no inclination to believe. I know the carriage is going to turn to a pumpkin eventually when you have to depend on a backup quarterback for too long. But we're not overusing our welcome with Marcus Mariota. He's come in relief twice. He started once. The sweet spot for backup quarterbacks, 3 to 4. You don't need to see a backup more than 3 or 4 times. This will be the 4th appearance of Marcus Mariota. After we use up this last appearance, we don't need to see him. We don't need to see him ever again. We are good. Because when you start to get too comfortable that like fans start saying dumb shit like for real, like if Jaden missed the seat. No. Do not fool yourself. Do not fool yourself. A spare tire will perform like the shit that came with the vehicle for a couple of days, but go ahead and take you a trip a couple states away. Go ahead and take you an 8-hour drive in that motherfucker and see how that donut do you. You'll be riding hubcap in no time. You don't want to over depend on a backup quarterback. So I feel good right now. Next week, if Mariota's playing versus the Chargers, that's when my skepticism starts to kick in. That's when I start to say, all right. I don't know, man. I don't know, Jim. Word to Tony Romo. I don't know, Jim. Like that is how you treat backup quarterback. I am totally fine with Marcus playing this week, and that will be the 4th time we've seen him, and we need to stop cashing in Marcus Mariota vouchers. If Jaden is good to go next week, and you could tell that boy wanted to play. He was irritable. He was pissed. I know he's been the most annoying. I know they are intentionally keeping him away from media on Fridays because I know when they sit him down and say you can't play, I know he giving them hell. I know he giving them hell when they tell him that you're not playing on Sunday. But pack it up for another week, cash in another week of PTO, throw your hoodie on the road in Atlanta, Marcus Mariota and company, get it going. So y'all told me Dan Quinn said Bill is good to go this week. Is that true, or is someone in the chat lying? Can y'all confirm to me that Bill Krosky-Merritt is playing this Sunday? He's not out or inactive because he was a DNP from practice all week. Is Bill Krosky-Merritt playing on Sunday? Please confirm or deny it in the chat. I need to know before I go forward. And speaking of Bill Krosky-Merritt, Metaphor, pull up in the chat. Metaphor dropped us off, the Commanders Kings, some Bill Krosky-Merritt Redskins Commander crossover snapback hats, and the black one looks beautiful. I chose the black one. There are burgundy ones as well. I don't have those on me at the second, but we got a little feather action on the Bill hat. Yeah. Boy got a fresh shape up. So, we out here, we letting our Rihanna forehead shine on a Friday afternoon. But shout out to Metaphor. You can get one of these on burgundy.com. Burgundy.com. Metaphor, go ahead and type your website in the chat and let them know where they could get them. They come in white, they come in burgundy, they come in black, like all 3 jerseys we have. Thank you for sending the hats, my guy. He said he's scoring 2 touchdowns on Sunday. I love it, man. I love it. Bill legacy game. All right, so this is what we need to do also. This is what I noticed. We are as true of a running back committee as running back committees get. So we have to stop, and I'm guilty of this too. We have to stop being concerned with how many times Bill touches the football. They are going to ride hot hands. They're going to give the ball to whoever they give the ball to, and including the quarterback. It's going to be a collective effort of 160 to 200 rush yards every time we step out on the field. And when that is not the case, the offense struggled. When Cliff makes a concerted effort to involve the run game, and that's with all bodies included. We even have a cheat code named Debo who's going to chip in 20-plus yards every week. He even scored a rushing touchdown this year as well. I think with Terry being injured, it's time to enter Jalen Lane in the running back committee as well. I don't mean out of the backfield. I mean jet sweeps. I mean on options, triple and speed options. It's that dude. I saw the speed up close on Sunday at Northwest Stadium. That is the fastest little fucker I've seen at that stadium since like Brandon Banks. That dude, that type of speed is infectious. You do whatever you can to get the ball in his hand in space. So, we already got Bill. We got Rodriguez. Apparently, McNichols is capable of long runs as well. We got the quarterback. We got Debo. That's a 5-headed monster running the ball. Why not add 4.31 speed on top of it and start doing jet sweeps to Jalen Lane? Options to Jalen Lane. Let's get the bubble screen game going. We have to be creative because 17 isn't playing. 17 is out. We don't know when 17 is going to be back. Would be beautiful if it's next week. He doesn't require surgery, so we clap it up. We exhale to the football gods for that. My dumb ass still thinks Terry is out 4 weeks, and I don't think we see Terry to the Chiefs game, but I just be talking, and I just be saying shit. I could be very wrong about it. I feel like we don't see Terry to the Chiefs game on October 27th. Hope I'm very wrong about it. Hope I'm very wrong. Lane should be on kick return, save deep. See, the thing is, DB, I hear you. And now that Debo has to masquerade as the number one receiver on the team, I hear you. But Debo, the best kick returner in the league right now, DB. Debo is that boy has almost touched pay dirt in 3 consecutive games. I don't think we could take him out even if we wanted to. His big ass just going to have to stay in shape, keep his cardiovascular endurance upward to Mike Shanahan and Donovan McNabb. And he need to ice up because I don't think we can take him off. I don't think we can take Debo off kick return. I think you got to leave him there. You got to leave Jalen Lane on punt return and get your cardio up, Playboy. Get your cardio up, man. You're thoroughbred, We need him back there. I don't think we can afford to take Debo off kick return. I came into the year skeptical of how can you put a player that important at kick return. I was right there with you, DB. How are we going to have Debo as a full-time kick returner? We need him, and now we need him more than ever. But his big ass is this close to taking one of these kicks back to the crib. And if you haven't seen his 12-minute mic'd up video on the team YouTube, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Bro, on the opening kickoff of the game, he saw something and told Luke to switch with him last minute. All of a sudden, he takes the kick up to the 25. Football IQ, culture, happy. Debo loves it here in D.C., man. He just dog. Who wants to tackle his big ass coming full head of steam downhill? We got to leave him back there, y'all. We got to leave. We don't got a choice but to leave him back there, man. How do we feel? I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you, Paul. I appreciate you. I've been running around with my son all week because my son's been in homecoming prep. Got to get his hair twisted up yesterday. Had to get haircuts 2 days ago. We've been running around, making sure the outfits fit. He got the homecoming game tonight. He got the homecoming dance tomorrow. Got his sky blue Jaden draft suit on deck for tomorrow. But I'm good. And I'm excited for this weekend because we're back doing a watch party with the family. We're back next week for the Chargers game as well. And I think there's a Monday night doubleheader on Monday. I think we're going to doubleheader it again on the channel on Monday. So I look forward to spending an entire Sunday afternoon with everybody in the chat. Hopefully another victory. And even though we had all these injuries to start the year, a 3-1 start to the season is ideal as hell, and we will be going into an absolute showdown versus the Chargers next week. But we can't look past an opponent. This is an NFC opponent. We can't lose to these guys. These things matter in the crux of the playoff conversations, man. Yeah, no, I get it, but yeah, man, Noah, y'all should be like me. Y'all should go forth moving as if Noah Brown ain't on the roster anymore. You can't depend on that guy. I don't want to fully Mike Singletary him. Can't win with him, but I can't, man. I can't, bro. Like, wow. I'm ready, man. Yo, we almost ready to crack. We almost ready to roll out some merch on the Commanders Kings channel and on this channel, by the way. Was just talking to Lou right now. I need to send him some stuff. Over there. But Man, we can't lose this game to the Atlanta Falcons, y'all. We can't lose this game for the Atlanta Falcons. If Matt Gay can straighten up and get his life together, we might be the best special teams unit in the league, man. Oh, you already know. You know I'm going to put him on blast, and we're going to definitely hype him up. We're going to do a film breakdown on homecoming Lil Rio on the channel on Sunday. Best believe that. Best believe that. Jeremy Bernard. Shout out to Jeremy Bernard, man. I'm looking at wide receivers extra close in the NFL draft, man. Going to Stonebridge before homecoming is a Woodbridge tradition. Hey, man, when I was in high school, when I was at Freedom, Stonebridge was just Wegmans. We ain't have all that shit, but it was somewhere. We was at Silver Diner, Waffle House, IHOP type shit after or before the dance. But, yeah, man, Stonebridge has come a long way. Merch is on the way. Mariota about to catch another body, but nah, this one's personal. This one's personal. Oh, yeah. Just like we broke down our throwing session at the stadium, we definitely going to do a film breakdown on Lil Rio's fits, man. But Matt Gay, you're in a dome this weekend. Don't miss a kick in a dome. It's a dome. I can kick in a dome. I don't know if I can kick in a dome because kicking's not a real thing for real. Like, I don't know why they make it. It's just kicking a football, man. My boy Reese, what up, gang? Mariota legacy game, 253 total touchdowns. You sound like my son did Sunday afternoon. Super Mario from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Dan Quinn revenge game. Mariota revenge game. Luke McCaffrey supremacy. If he didn't fall, he's taking a kick to the crib as well. That special teams group, we can't change nothing about it, man. Reminds me of how our fan base sounded for you. Yeah, my boy Reem, he's disgruntled. He's exhausted. He sounds like a broken man. That was who I was for 25 plus years. I feel good. Like, he's at least seen his boys up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. And while that ended terribly, you know the terrible things in life I would do to have seen Washington be up 28-3 in a Super Bowl. I will take going over never getting to experiencing that shit. That's the type of hurt I wish for. Yeah, Rio, they brought back Crucial Catch. Pink Sleeve, Jaden finna go crazy. They need to bring back Pink October because they got Crucial Catch, but they don't do Pink October. I miss the pink accessories, and I definitely need to cop some of that Crucial Catch gear. Reeves is a psycho. He is American Psycho on the field. He will hit anything running. I need him to remind Luvu that he's built from that for real, man. At what point do we see the only constant? Is Tress not holding it right? I don't know, but at some point we got to make it stop because I don't want to talk about kickers ever. And kickers have been too focal. They've been too much of a focal point and a main character over the last couple years. I never stepped foot in that Silver Diner. I thought that shit was a money laundering scheme. That shit do look like a walking Ponzi scheme. The Silver Diner is where you went to if IHOP and them was too packed out after the dance, bro. Lil Rio, you throw how gay kicks. Hey, that's crazy. I gotta show him this because that's crazy. Love me some Tress, but maybe he's a phenom punter. Could be the case, man. And it's almost time for him to pack it up as well. I hope he lives up to it as well. And I hope he's able to baptize and cleanse the number 25 jersey. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here right now. If we get any more breaking news or anything that comes out the rest of the day, I'll get a video out for y'all tomorrow as well. Y'all enjoy your Friday, your autumn Friday. It don't feel less autumn. It's kind of hot outside. Humidity back, but enjoy this Friday weather. Go out, get in the sun, have yourself a good time. I have a video out for y'all tomorrow. 33-17 Washington victory. Player of the game, Deebo Samuel. Give me Deebo for 2 touchdowns this week. Give me Deebo for 2 touchdowns this week. Whenever the sleeper updates Washington's picks that are actually on staff, that are actually out there, Rio 91 on sleeper. I'm going to run that one more time on my way out the door. Talk soon. Love y'all. Have a phenomenal Friday. Talk soon.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code RIO91.